Hello, it's Manic Pixie Danny, and today we have a special guest, Aya Ezmaria. It's so nice to have you here.
Hi guys. Hi Danny. Wait, how do I call you? Danny?
Yes, Danny is fine.
Danny,
Just
not Pixie.
Danny. It's okay. Danny's fine.
Okay, thank you
Sometimes
so much for
Pixie.
having me.
Thank you for joining us. So yeah, welcome to Gank Studios and our podcast, Creator Chats. In this series, we're going to talk about creators, what they do, and what you can learn from them. So Aya, I want to learn more about you. Tell us about yourself and what you do.
So I'm Aya Ezmaria. I'm a content creator, a game streamer, and also a hobbyist, yes, slash geek. So I also do TV hosting and event hosting. Before I became a content creator, that was like my main bread and butter. So now I get to do two things that I love the most, which is hosting, like my own show on my channel, and like game streams is what I meant, and gaming because I grew up in gaming. So there you go.
That's awesome. It feels like it's a lot of things. But that's why I love inviting creative people into this show. It's because I mean, it's kind of crazy to think, no, oh, you do this, and you do that at the same time. It's so inspiring. So I want to ask, how did all of this start?
Actually, like I said, I was born a gamer. By the way,
Born gamers.
yes, I feel like we're born gamers. I mean, our era, diba? I grew up as a gamer kasi when my dad first bought like a family computer and then a PS1. So those era, talagang I used to play a lot with my brothers and sister. And it has been a thing and a huge part of my life. And then years down the line, I never thought that this could actually be a career for us. So I'm really happy because before I thought I wanted to develop games, but during our time,
Back in
there
my day.
back in our time, there weren't a lot of there wasn't this, and then there wasn't a lot of courses also when it comes to game development until later on. So I just have to fast forward, but I saw my friend Blue Chip Joe. He was streaming online on Facebook and like, hey, he's growing. Before kasi he was on Twitch, and I'm like, oh, he's doing pretty well. And I think it's fun because I get to do again two things that I love, which is hosting and gaming at the same time. And plus, a big bonus for me is engaging with a lot of people, which I love connecting with people. I love talking to them and learning
Are
more
you
about
an
them.
extrovert?
No, I'm like shy. Like super shy. No, well, yeah, yeah. I am a ENFP.
Oh wow. I'm an INFP.
Oh,
I'm the introverted version of you.
oh my god! But it's funny because I jive well with INFPs. ENFPs, and then the
Okay.
opposite.
That's why.
That's why.
There's this running joke that extroverts adopt the introverts.
Ah, yeah, like a family.
Basically.
That's true. That's true. I have a lot of INFP friends. Oh, cool. Kasi if it's a co-extrovert, I feel like we're gonna explode or we're gonna
I
clash.
see what you mean. But
It's a
but
good
yeah,
balance.
going back to like interacting with a lot of people, it really comes with the job, doesn't it? So when you're a streamer, when you're an internet personality, a content creator, a host especially, there's a lot of socializing and communicating you need to do in order to connect with your audience. So how do you balance all of these things that you do, and how do you not get burnt out, with this constant talking to other people? What do you do? What's your secret?
I think I have to admit at first I was kind of burned out when I was starting out because it was my season. But I don't have any regrets with that because I took the opportunities while I still can. I started on Facebook like streaming there, and I didn't know I would kind of make a name or like build a community and grow my numbers on Facebook. And it was really surprising. And then Tier 1 Entertainment discovered me and a lot of other people, tech brands, and a lot of things happened. And then it just came to a point that bam, 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 there's so many opportunities left and right that I had to take it. And not because I just had to, because I wanted to. And it's just because I love it so much. But then at some point, especially when it's like the, holiday season, like Christmas, this is really the time where we have so many projects or event hosting and campaigns and whatnot. So there was a point I did get burned out. Like, okay, I think I need to stop, relax, and just enjoy the fruits of my labor. And then
Mm.
later in my years, I was able to find the balance in everything. So I have my schedule now. Before I was just all about work, 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 work. My community is also work. So like my friends are also part of my work. So I wasn't able to separate that. But you have to work, you have to separate work from play. But sometimes your workmates are also your friends. But so I had to find that balance again. So right now what I'm doing is like Mondays to Fridays, I'm at home, I'm streaming, I'm editing, and then I'm spending time with my friends. This is the reason why I stream in the mornings so
Mm.
that I'll have a lot of spare time to do whatever I want the rest of the day. So I
Yeah.
can also meet with my friends because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's like bebe time.
Balik tayo. I love how that's part of the schedule.
So that's dedicated for
Cute.
him and
Aw.
church time. So that's how I found my balance. So just
Mm.
it's all about time management and being
Really.
intentional with your time, with the people you want to invest in, and with the career that you want to build.
I really love that. Even the people you want to invest in, because you
Yeah.
can't just give your energy to every single person, right? You need to
Yes.
schedule your time, and I really appreciate your sharing your time with us here.
Thank you for having
I
me. It's an
know you're
honor.
busy. Yeah, speaking about separating work from play, like if we're streamers, if we're content creators who love making content for video games, how do you separate that play if it's your work? You know what I mean?
One of the key things that I have in my life is also being part of a different community. I mean, there's simply nothing wrong if you found your friends in your community on Twitch or in your workplace or Gamer Girl Philippines.
Oh,
I
gamer
think that that's
girls.
fine. Yeah, gamer
Very.
girls. Like as long as they're people that you can do life with and that they could edify and lift you up, I think they're the right people for you. It doesn't matter where you find them. As long as they're not toxic, I think that's what matters.
Keyword. Not toxic. All
Yes.
right. Thank
And they
you.
have to edify you, like lift you up when you're
Mm.
down, um give you wisdom when you need it. They're there for you not only in times when you want to celebrate, but in times when you are in your darkest, lowest moments. That's the time, the refining process, where you go through the fire and the furnace to see if what comes out of it. Diba, weapons are forged in the fire, so iron sharpens iron. So if you find those people, wherever that is, they are keepers. Invest time with them. So that's what I always say. Because not everything is about work. That's what you
Mm.
have to think about. Not everything is about work. I think when it comes to separation, my studio is different from my bedroom, but I know it's not like the case for everyone.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
But I do know what you're trying to say. It's like a end goal, right? Yeah.
yes. Oh,
So
why not like have your own studio, have your own place like that?
like you could time your time in this portion and then
Yeah,
you can move.
yes,
Literally,
that's true.
physically
That
move away from your
that's
work.
true. I think it's more of a psychological thing. Like that, there's nothing wrong with that. Like if that's your setup, that's okay. It's just for me, like my how my brain works. For example, if I wake up, I see my desktop. Like, oh, I know it's work, so it has to be separate from my bedroom. I am a very outdoorsy, outgoing person myself. So I can't be confined into the four walls of my room. So that's just my personality. Everyone is a different type. Like for you, like this setup is works for you. For me, it works differently. It's just very different. So it's just about difference, not now. Oh, my setup is better than no,
Of
nothing like
course
that.
not.
Okay, it's just how my brain works. So yeah, I like seeing the outside world. I like seeing the birds, going to the beach. So after a hard day's work, or seeing my friends, or just spending time with people. So that's how I balance myself. Because introverts are more of like you like spending time with yourself, diba?
Yeah.
And
Staying in my cave. I call it the corgi cave.
cute.
He was just passing by a while ago. But yeah, I really like that concept, that idea. I mean, before I wanted that to happen for myself, but obviously not everyone has the capacity to do that just yet. Like you can make it your donation goal if you can, work for something, if you can make or manifest something like that can be your future donation goal, and that's something that you can also do through Gank. So a little segue over here. Yay, Gank actually helps content creators or anybody, gamers, streamers, do what they love and earn from it. So many people nowadays want to be streamers, right? So I was trying to imagine maybe if you were to start your streaming career today, what would be your strategy?
So if that was me, or if I was like them, putting myself in their shoes in a way, I think I would still go back to the same strategy when I started out before. Use what you have for the meantime, until you are decided. Use what you have, even if it's like a phone. There's so many apps you can sync with your phone to use as a camera. But you can utilize it as that if you don't
Yeah,
have a.
I used to do that when I first got my first PC.
See, there you go. Ano, exhibit A. Diba? See, Danny
Be
herself. There you go.
resourceful.
Be resourceful. That is very good. And I know a lot of content creators who started out using a phone, and sometimes there's nothing wrong naman now with getting profit out of your passion, right? As long as that's not the goal. The goal is not money. Because if the goal is money, you're gonna get burned out. I swear. Because it's all about the passion comes first, the reason why you do things, and then everything just falls into place. That's what happened with me. I just love what I do. The reason why I streamed, because I wanted to hone my communication skills with people and the way I talk. I didn't go to any workshop for my event hosting. I just, by experience, trial by fire, tough crowds, embarrassments on stage. So I had to go through all of that, but I wanted to become a better host. So I think that was the main reason. And then gaming, like, dude, I want to game on my own channel. So that all happened, and then I had the opportunity to be able to build a name for myself, to build wealth, and then eventually, that's when I started investing on, like, the good stuff, like what you're seeing right now. This is all fruits of hard work and passion and labor. Do what you love. You don't have to be like anyone else. You don't have to play the same game as anyone else. I didn't hold back in doing what I love. I didn't pretend to be someone else. So I think that is very important. Don't think about money. Use what you have. Be resourceful. Enjoy.
I really love that. Actually, particularly passion. That was one of the topics that we talked about in the Gamer Girl Philippines party recently. Yes, this is fun. Yes, you want to earn, and it feels good to earn from what you love doing. But passion always comes first, because regardless, I mean, it can drive you crazy if you keep seeing your analytics, your revenue go up and down. That can drive you crazy. And for anyone newbie, anyone who wants to do this, if you're aspiring to be a content creator or streamer, I want to warn you. I want to warn you before you experience that. It will happen, and it shouldn't discourage you. Because you should focus on what you love doing. You should focus on what feels right for you at the moment.
You know what she said? Copy pasta. Yeah.
Copy paste.
Copy pasta. Pero that's good. That don't look at the numbers. I think one of the most important things, don't look at money, don't look at numbers, because it's going to discourage you, and we're gonna have highs and lows, algorithm problems. And I always say, sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes it's about the algorithm. It's not that you have a bad content. It's just that sometimes you're up against an AI or an algorithm or robot, And sometimes we just can't do anything about it. But that doesn't mean you stop doing what you do. Because I came to a point where, there's a certain platform where I was like trying to build myself, right? Bang, 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 bang. Like I was hitting so much, like an average of 300, 500, 700, until I was hitting 1,000 for my post. But there came a point where it felt like you're filling up a bottomless cup. It's not really containing anything. It's kind of like a waste. And then I'm like, you know what? I want to stop doing this. I feel like I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I should just, blah, blah, just do something else. And then a part of me, like, I tried to remove streaming from my life, and it's like a huge chunk of my routine has been taken away, and it feels so weird. So I'm like, no, this has been a part of my life already. My community, me engaging to people doing what I love, and it's just really hard to let go. So regardless of the numbers, I just kept going at it. And apparently I was able to get back my numbers, my algorithm, and was like, oh my god, I'm so surprised. And it's just going up, like slowly but surely, for my live streams. But I'm like, because I keep trying to, just keep moving forward despite what I see. And the fuel and the drive is the love, is the passion, regardless of what I'm seeing around me. So that's really good. That's such a good tip, coming from Danny. I just remembered that.
I'm learning a lot from you too, so I really appreciate this talk.
Same.
It helps a lot also on my end. Since we're already talking about niche and all that jazz, I want to ask you, is it necessary to actually have a niche?
This is actually a really, really good question. But I believe that there is really no formula to content creation. Before, there is I would say it's not a necessity, but it also contributes a lot to becoming known. If you're focusing on one game or on one market, you're able to build around the same group of people. Like for example, people in ML. That's why the streamers there, the fan base is so huge because you're revolving around one game. So it's easier. Like you meet the same people with the same passion, with the same interests, with the same likes. It's a huge contributing factor, I would have to say. And it's easier to grow having a niche market. Even I started playing Five Nights at Freddy's before, and I went live on TikTok. I was surprised I was hitting first like, oh, hundreds, 300s, 400s. Later on, it's like 1,000, 2,000, until I think I reached 5,000 viewers or 7,000
Wow.
on TikTok. And then I started playing a completely different game, apart aside from Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, no, there's like a 90% drop, like 95% drop. And most of them, oh, actually, all of them, I have never seen them again. And it's crazy because sometimes the people are loyal. Either they're loyal to the platform or they're loyal to the game. So it takes a lot of effort, a lot of more effort, especially for variety streamers, because we want them to come for us.
Yeah.
Not just we want them to come for the game. No matter what game you play, it doesn't have to be horror or like a FPS or a MOBA game. As long as they come for you, you built a good community. And that's what I'm trying to build.
And if your fans, if your community, feels that energy, that you really love what you're doing, you're having fun, you're just being yourself, and you're not like
Yeah.
you're not a robot, okay? You're not here to please the algorithm. And like if they drop by, they drop by. But if they'll understand eventually the essence of what you do.
Grabe. Copy pasta. What she said.
NFP.
Am I pointing the right direction? Or
I don't know. I'll just point both.
like
It's probably
Spider-Man?
the other way around.
You do like ano yan, yung
Thing. I don't know what's tried. Okay, let's just pretend it works. Insert a meme here. Hi, editor. Since we mentioned this already a while ago, besides having a niche being necessary or not really necessary, is it more necessary to have a streaming schedule?
I've always wanted to say this, but a lot of people feel like as a streamer, we just sit pretty, sit in front of the camera, play games. Like people keep saying, "I love your job. Your job is so cool." Like, I mean, I know, right? Our job is quite cool. It is cool, but there's so much hard work and tears and sleepless nights behind the scenes,
Mm.
especially when you feel like your channel is not growing anymore. There's so much heartache and so much self-esteem like problems I had to undergo. Like, do I have to be this person? Do I have to be super funny or trash talky? Or do I have to do like ASMR, be like this um bedroom voice type of girl because I'm too loud? Or it's just like so many things. And I think it is very important to also put hard work in what you do, because we are a one man production, one man team. We are the tech team, the prod team, the talent, the host, the marketer, the conceptualizer. We conceptualize and create ideas for our content. Sometimes we're also the editor, which
Mm.
I used to do that. I did everything. So having a consistent schedule is really, really important. And that hit me hard because there are moments I'm just so lazy and I feel like I am transitioning to a different season in my life. Like I feel like I love what I do, but I also want to do something that will create an impact to other people or this nation. So this for me something that is going to be part of my life, but I feel like there's going to be more to it, and probably a business. So for me, a business that solves a problem, a bigger problem, and how can I help people? How can I help Filipino have more jobs? So there's something bigger, outside this box of mine, and I just want to create a difference. So but for now, I'm really enjoying what I do, and I kind of stop having a schedule. So I'm like, hey, you know what, let's stream today at 10, and then tomorrow I don't feel like streaming, and then the next day, you know what, let's stream at 11 p.m. for some horror game. And my community, they're like, what time do you really stream? So they got so confused, and I couldn't retain them. They're like, yeah, only my loyal viewers that I have around for 4 years now are the only ones who stay. Like they don't care what schedule I move around.
Noted. Consistency is still key, but don't force yourself if you don't, you still have to feel like it, you still have to enjoy. I want to talk about something more personal. Have you ever experienced discrimination, and how do you overcome this?
I believe I have. Pero honestly, with our times today, people are more open, or would you say woke? Is that a term we would use? Like compared to before, there used to be a lot more discrimination, especially towards women, especially in a male dominated industry. But I would have to admit right now it's becoming more open. Like we see all genders, all people, all races, all faces, all skin tones are we're just like everyone can be gamers, right? I'm just so glad it's less and less as as our generation goes by. As for me, my experience would be like, hey, because you're a girl, you're can I say that word? You're dumb, or yeah, in Tagalog, that Tagalog counterpart that we always see in comment section, and this is the reason why
Mm.
I'm afraid to play anything that is competitive. I mean,
Mm.
honestly, I started out as a competitive player. There's no streaming yet. There are only computer shops. I am a computer shop girl. I used to play CS 1.3. We had an all-girl clan. I was a
Oh.
beast when it comes to a sniper. So those are very, very competitive games. But today, whenever you go live and then you kind of suck, like you made a mistake. Even the best players, pro players, get bashed, right? Like, dude, I feel
Mm.
like they know a lot more than because their experience. So I feel like it's an honest mistake, or I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing, and we're just people. We make mistakes.
Before we end our creator chat, let's talk a little bit about Gank, since we already started talking about it a while ago, like donations. Actually, there's other things you can do there as well. You can have a shop, you can put your merchandise, digital or physical merchandise, and you can also sell services. Like, for example, for the competitive streamers out there, you can actually teach your fans, you can coach your fans. They do services like fan signs. I don't know, fan signs like cosplayers. Like people ask for these things, but the best part is like there's finally a platform. It's for free. But if you want extra perks, there are plans as well, the boost plans, which will really help if you're taking this seriously, if you want to make this your business, all these numbers up and down. Maybe it's because you're not treating it like your business. You can still be passionate about your business. Gank is helping a lot of new creators, even the seasoned creators, earn more from their content. It's so beautiful. I really like that.
Actually, that was really amazing what you said about we're not just content creators, we're also businessmen, we're also businesswomen. And Gank is such a great platform where you can just monetize your services and just put your talent out there, for something, create profit out of your passion. I feel like, especially with the time today, this is the future. Streaming is the future, Gank is the future. Whoever created Gank, is brilliant for helping out artists like us and talents and content creators, from voice actors to ASMR people to gamers where you need a game buddy or you need someone to teach you how to be a better Valorant player or maybe a Dota player. This is like the place to be. It's a one-stop shop for every single thing you need. So for me, definitely Gank is the way to go. Like super worth it for everything. So highly recommended this app. Download it now. Register. It's for free. Plus, you earn. No need to hard sell. Actually, just by experiencing the app itself, this really helps us. Really helps us to just get ourselves out there because we don't know it. We don't know where to start. Like, how
Mhm.
do we make income, especially with the times that we're in today? And you have your rig, you have everything, you have the equipment at home, and just start creating content and join Gang, join us, join the community. So yeah, thank you so much,
Yay.
Danny.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Yay. Okay. So, last but not least, I want to ask you if you have any upcoming projects or releases we should look out for.
uh for now I'm just currently waiting for I'm not sure if I can say say much, but it's just like a short film that my friend directed, and I was one of the supporting roles in that. It's like a not a fan film but a short film because we were trying to break the old meta of the action industry because we just want to see that not just the action industry but the film industry when it comes to action and
Mm.
stunts, that us Filipinos, we also have that capacity or capability to dish out something qualities, dish out something really good that in Tagalog, kaya nating lumebel sa international. Like we can provide that kind of global quality when it comes to film producing. And this is what my director friend is trying to do. It's done, but it's not yet released. I think it's
Mm.
something that will be out on YouTube. So it's called Third Option. So I'll be there. So yeah, I think it's something that you guys can watch out for. But for the meantime, if you want to see me, I'm live every Mondays to Fridays, 10:30 a.m. GMT8. That is Philippine time on twitch.tv/ Aya Ezmaria. We can hang out, we can talk about life, or play games together. So yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us once again. I hope all the viewers, all the listeners check out Aya's content and stay tuned for more Gank episodes, creator chats, because we'll have more of these inspiring episodes with more creators. So, hooray! Thank you once again for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episodes. Bye!
Bye. Thanks for having me. Bye.